What's up, everybody? My name's Kyle, and welcome to the LRT Outpost.
In this episode, I'll wire a switch backwards.
It's always on.
It's always on? Okay, so I got something backwards here.
Blind myself.
Holy shit, that's bright. Oh my god.
And install some cool looking lights.
Okay, cool. If you're new to the channel, basically, I have a bunch of projects I'll work on. Sometimes we actually go off-road and enjoy some of our toys. And y'all just kind of usually get to hang out and see what I'm either working on or what we're doing for the day. We got a ride coming up in West Virginia, and our little trusty 900 budget build razor kind of let us down.
Oh, great. Awesome.
I'll do a tag to that video if y'all want to go check it out. It was basically just my walk around and introduction of our Pro XP build that we've previously been working on for the most part. But the old 900, this thing's been so reliable. I was really disappointed. But since we're going to be taking the units, we're going to be using both of the units, the budget build and the Pro, when we go to this West Virginia trip. I got to get this thing back going and see what's going on with it. So me and my buddy Taylor were out here, had a couple trail sodas, started bouncing some ideas back and forth, and it seems like it might just be the spark plugs. You would think that was like, duh, why didn't you check that first? Well, I did check that first, because these aren't, I mean, it's a good looking spark plug. Doesn't look bad whatsoever. It's getting fuel, has compression, all that. So we're like, well, just for the heck of it, let's pull the plug out, try to ground it somewhere on the motor and see if it's even sparking. And we weren't getting nothing. I had some other spark plugs laying around that would fit into the boots, popped them in there, and we got spark. So fingers crossed, it's something simple. All right. Please be an easy fix. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Yes! Alright. That's what I'm talking about. Got to be the most reliable budget side-by-side on the market. I mean, this thing just never lets me down. I knew it had to be something simple. Now, like I said earlier, we've mainly been working on our 2020 Pro XP build, which is turning out really good, other than this weird noise that I'm trying to track down. I mean, it is like nails on a chalkboard. And I can't figure out what it is. I have a part on the way that'll, fingers crossed, fix the problem. Other than that, it's amazing. I love it. It's a rocket ship. It's super fun. But it's just this. The noise. I gotta figure out what it is. So I'm hoping that'll fix it. But while I'm waiting for the part to show up, I needed a little change of scenery in the shop. So we pulled in our lovely little budget build.
These are not spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers.
And we got a bunch of lights to install. I had already changed out the factory headlight bulbs with some LED replacements from Super ATV. I'll do a tag to that video if y'all want to go check that out. They were a really nice upgrade, honestly. I've been pretty impressed with them. It's just they have a fan on the back of them that cools them.
I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, but you can hear the little fan running.
I am a little concerned about the longevity of them. So far, they have survived mud and a pressure washer. So we'll see. So in addition to the headlight upgrade, we also have a LED light bar like most people have. We relocated it. When I first got the razor, it was on the top. Stop doing that, people. I'm sorry, it's just goofy looking. I do not like it. But if it's not the round kind of Baja style lights that sit up, don't do it. mount it roof level or just a touch below. It looks the best that way if you're going to do like a actual bar like this. But I got a bunch of other lights to install on this thing that I just had laying around. We just hadn't gotten to because I've been so excited about the Pro build that they've just kind of been sitting on the shelf. But to finish up the front, I got a cool little grill light. Also a China special. If I can find the link, I think I got it on Amazon. I'll try to put it in the description for you guys. Looks pretty good actually. I like the metal versus the factory plastic grill, but mainly I liked it because it had that little LED light bar already in it. But my idea is to use it more like a fog light. So I'm gonna get some of that lens laminate, and I'm gonna laminate this lens more of a yellow color, more of like a 4000K color. So I'm not an expert, for those who are not familiar, but light is measured in temperature, like your bulbs, kelvins to be exact. So that's what the K is for. So they all kind of have their purposes really, but the yellows cut through fog and like dust and stuff much better. A whiter or bluer light kind of reflects off the dust particles or whatever the case is. It kind of reflects back at you, so that it doesn't cut through. You don't really get that penetration and get that enhancement to your field of view. So that's where the yellow kind of tint comes into play. So I got to get some of that lens film ordered. I think I'm going to do the same thing to the little slim LED bar on the front of the Pro XP as well. Just think it will serve a better purpose. But we're going to go ahead and get this little grill light installed and everything all wired up. That actually looks pretty good. We got our relays installed. So we got a lot of leftover wire bunched up. So I can't leave it like that. It's just gonna drive me crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and, I hate to cut a new harness, but I just don't need all of this wire in here. So I'm just gonna cut it shorter just to make things a lot neater under here. Just make sure it works. Has a 3-stage switch. I wasn't sure why, but so this is off. Bottom actually gives it almost like a little small running light, and then on switches it to the bright white. Did not know that when I bought it, but unfortunately the running light is not bright enough, so I'll probably never use that, and I'm still gonna put that film over top of it, but nice to know it has it, I guess. Okay, now that's installed and all tidied up. The next step is our reverse lights. So I have this little small slim LED bar and then these two at the top, and they're all wired to my same switch for my rear lights. So they all come on together, but I think I'm gonna wire it separately to, that's the reverse light. And I think I'm gonna use those two as like interior lights. I'll move one in the center here and then mount one maybe in the center somewhere in here, so that way I have interior lights and inside and on the bed. I think that would work out really good, and I have a switch for that. So we're gonna try to figure that out. So the rear light is back that way, and I just spliced this into this harness here, which goes to the two upper ones. So I made that kind of easy on myself. I'm just gonna clip those out of the way. We're gonna have to make a new harness for this, for just the reverse light, and then these we're just gonna tape back up and move the switch. I just have a interior light switch that I'm gonna swap out. It should be the same as my other switch, which is this one right here. So So it should be the same pattern. So we're gonna try to see if that works. White should go there, and this black should go there. Switch.
No,
So switch light, blue light light up.
it is, but it's always on.
It's always on? Okay, so I got something backwards here. Is the indicator light on the switch?
Yeah, it's right now.
Okay, are those on now?
They are.
Okay, so we're good. I got those two backwards. All right, cool. So there we go. All right, so what Taylor was helping me do is, since I got these switches filled up, and I have one left here with something we're going to install here in a little bit, then I have my interior light switch down here. The original owner already had a hole here, so I'm just recycling it. So I just felt like that was a better idea to put the interior lights down low. Okay, so we're back in the shop. We're gonna go ahead and move those lights around and get the interior light set up like we want it, and get a reverse light wired up. Also, when I first got this, I was real big into like kind of riding in deep water and mudding and stuff a little bit more than I am now. So I'd run my vent lines all the way up to the top of the cage here. It's a little overkill now. I don't really do that much anymore. So I think what I'm going to do is just relocate them, put some one-way check valves on them like I got on the front diff underneath the hood. Speaking of underneath the hood, I spent some time to go ahead and clean up some of this wiring. Got a little bit more tidying up to do. I got some wire labels and stuff just to make it easier on myself. Plus I may or may not have a little OCD, so whatever. But let's get back on track and get these lights situated. All right, so we got everything. Holy shit, that's bright. Oh my God. There we go. All right, so we got everything out of the way. But I had just enough slack, I could move the left side one to the center, and then I can just cut this one short wherever I figure out where to locate it here. So I'll have plenty of wire there, so that worked out great. I fed my vent lines back through here and out here. And I just did those little loops. So this is the vent line for your transmission, and I think like maybe the gas tank or something, I can't remember. But I just did a couple little loops. I don't really deep water ride anymore like that. I'll probably go back and put some one-way check valves on it. But for now, we're just gonna stuff them on up in there. We'll worry about that another day. All right, so here's my dilemma with these lights. They're flush mounts, but they require you to feed them through a hole. So I can't mount them flush unless I want to run the wires like outside on top of the roof, and that doesn't make any sense. But it's okay. I think what I'm gonna do to get my light shine a little bit more where I need it to anyways, since I can't flush mount it due to the wire location, found these little plastic spacers. Yeah, that should work out really good. Cool. And I can also use those old plastic spacers to mount the other one on the inside too. So it worked out great. Had stuff laying around I could just use, and we didn't have to go try to find anything.
felt like it took an obnoxiously long time to get situated, but we are tucked all back in. Light is mounted. Right on the back. Did get this one a little crooked. It's not perfectly straight, but oh well, close enough. And so the interior light switch is down here. Boom. There we go. That works pretty good. And then one on the bed. Nice. I'm actually pretty happy with the way that turned out. So now we're going to wire up the reverse light to its own switch. I ended up finding a fuse in my scrap wire box, so that worked out pretty good. So we're going to piece together our own little wiring harness for it. So that shouldn't be too big of a deal. All right, so Taylor came by to give me a hand. So we're gonna do some stuff to his razor here in a little bit as soon as we finish this up. But got wiring all nice and cleaned up. The issue I was having is I wanted to be able to turn on front light bar, rear light bar, and the interior lights without the key being on. But with these switches, because they have these little illuminator indicators here on the switch, I didn't want that to always be on to be like a parasitic drain on the battery. So it just took some playing around to try to figure out how to like wire the switch up to get that to happen. But now the illuminator's only on when you turn it on, goes right back out, and the light works. So that's awesome. So now the last little bit of lights I should ever need, some rock lights. I've always thought they were really cool. Yeah, I guess they are kind of like the off-road version of underglow, but I think they're neat. So these are some China specials on Amazon I got for like Christmas or something from somebody. I don't remember. I'll see if I can find them. I think they're on Amazon. I'll try to find a link and put a copy of it in the description for you guys. All right, so we got this thing hooked up, a little remote. It doesn't have a switch. I'm gonna wire it to a switch anyway. But the remote's not too bad, but I don't really trust these little cheapo remotes like this. Can change the colors. Nice. I like that color right there.
They're all pretty
All right,
bright.
sweet. Okay, so it has a brightness level. Oh, you hold it. Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. It's an up and a down. Sorry, I was staring at too many bright lights. I couldn't see. Pretty intense for that color. It kind of messes with the color a little bit with the higher brightness. Hold on, what are these modes here? What's the mode? Oh. Whoa. Seizure.
Somebody getting arrested.
Yeah.
It's probably not a good look for us. Too many people drinking and driving, they say.
People be pulling over on the trails.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. We just be passing by. See ya.
We'll be asking for beer.
Hey, you got a spare? After some trail soda sipping and debating back and forth, we've come up with a plan to just hook it up and just start placing these things around and see what we like. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh yeah, looking good. Front's done. Starting on the rear.
Good angle.
Got a good angle on the rear. Now we just got to figure out how to run the wires. Pretty happy with that. Actually looks pretty good. And I like the one in the grill. That's pretty cool. We tucked one down in there so it lights up behind the grill. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I think that worked out pretty good. That was a good idea, dude. The ones in the rear turned out great. Awesome.
Nice.
Nice. Overall, pretty impressed with the rock lights. Actually, I'm really happy with the way everything turned out. Got to clean up some old, like, kind of quick wiring that I did long ago. So everything's nice and neat. We're gonna go back and clean up a couple of more things that we had done today, just to make things all nice and easy to work on later if we have to revisit anything. Had a little guest appearance from our buddy Taylor. Much appreciation for his help. That made the rock light situation go by way easier, having an extra set of hands to kind of feed wires through and stuff like that. Now, we still have a couple more things for the old budget build here, but that's going to do it for today's video. But if you want to follow along with this project, as well as anything else I get into here at the Outpost, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe for me, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.